In this video, we discuss a few questions on general organic chemistry. The first one, the correct energy profile for amine inversion and hybridization of nitrogen in the transition state. So basically, we know that amine can be inverted easily because the activation energy barrier is also low, right? So the rapid flip-flop between this and this can occur quite easily because activation energy barrier is low, and we can see the arrangements are nearly the same, therefore potential energy has to be same, right? And during the inversion, this lone pair the lone pair actually delocalizes and not to a certain bond, but it inverts in position. So what happens that it converts from A to B, and the intermediate transition state that is there, that is actually sp2 hybridized, and these are having equal energies. So clearly we can see the most nearest answer is D for this. Hence answer is D. So here, as we can see in this question, the amines are basically sp3 hybridized and the transition state is sp2 hybridized. उसमें होता क्या है कि जो lone pair है, it enters the nucleus leaving behind a vacant orbital. So it's a nuclear phenomena which is happening, and after some time the lone pair pops out from of the either side, and since inverted amine is a enantiomer, it practically has the same energy. Therefore answer for this question is D. In this question, we have to arrange the following in decreasing order of the boiling point. So when we discuss the boiling point order, we generally talk about the intermolecular forces. So clearly we can see in W, we have a hydrogen bonding, so is in Z. But the greater hydrogen bonding is there in W. So W will be more than Z. In these two molecules, we have a dipole-dipole interaction, and this is a stronger dipole involving oxygen. So X will be more than Y. So for this question, answer would be D. And the answer is solely based on the strength of intermolecular forces. Question number 49. Which of the following is most polar? Now in this molecule, we have to see that whether with delocalization, creating a positive negative charge, are we able to get two aromatic rings? So if we are able to get it, then we can say that yes, it is a polar molecule. Now in this, if you see B option right over here, so we can see that if we can delocalize in B option the pi electrons, something like this, say for example, this bond is over here and this goes over here, right? Okay, so if we can visualize this, so we can see that after delocalization that both the rings are aromatic. This also has 6 electrons and this ring also has 6 electrons, including this lone pair, and creates a permanent positive negative positions. So yes, it's a polar molecule, right? So for this question number 49, answer is B. If you see the C option, it is already aromatic without creation of negative positive charge. Okay, next. Question number 86. Identify each species in the following equilibrium according to the code. So SA stands for stronger acid, SB stands for stronger base, WA stands for weaker acid, weaker base. And for the reaction is given as this: CH3OH plus we have CH3 2 times NH, giving us CH3O minus plus CH3NH plus. Right? Okay. So in this, we have to assign for 1 and 2, this molecule and this molecule, acid and base. So clearly we can see that CH3OH is donating a proton, so it is acting like an acid, so it will have A. On the other hand, this amine is accepting the H plus, so it will be a base. Now we have to think whether it is a strong base or a weak base, right? So if we can see over here, they have also given the pKa value. The pKa value of this is given to us, which is 36, and pKa value of this is given to us, which is 15.2, right? Now, first of all, we will have to see whether the equilibrium is favoring forward direction or the backward direction. So always in a feasible reaction, strong acid plus strong base reacts to give us weak acid plus weak base. Okay, for the reverse, for the backward direction, this CH3O minus is accepting the H plus, so it is acting like a base. So we have to compare these two bases. So definitely it has a negative charge, right? So this will be a weak base, this will be a strong base. Also we have to compare this and this acids, the first and the last one. We can see that it's a weak acid and this is a strong acid. So equilibrium is basically favored in the backward direction. Therefore, if we have to assign the letters to 1 and 2, it has to be WA and WB. Therefore, for question number 86, answer is A. Question number 94. Which compound possess highest dipole moment? Naphthalene, phenanthroline, then anthracene and azulene. Now notice in this case that azulenes have this structure, right? And clearly if we do delocalization, this over here, this assembles over here, right? So we can see that this ring also becomes aromatic and this ring also becomes aromatic, right? So we will have a dipolar structure where one ring carries a positive charge and is aromatic and the second ring carries a negative charge and is aromatic, right? It is the same question that we have seen two questions earlier, if you can recollect this one. So it's the same question. So hence we can say that the highest dipole moment is registered for azulene, which is D. Now next, among the xylenes, xylenes are basically benzene with two methyl group substituents, which is thermodynamically more stable. Now we can explain the stability of xylene by comparing it their reactivities and the number of site it can generate towards electrophilic substitution. So we know that methyl is plus R and can generate and can activate ortho and para position for attack towards electrophile. So for this methyl, ortho and para position, for this ortho and para position. So these many sites are activated towards E plus attack, electrophile attack. Over here, this one, ortho, and if we can see over here, this one and this one, right? Over here we can see these four sites are likely to be attacked by electrophile because they are ortho to one or the other methyl. Now also we can see this as the substituents which are plus R, right? They are supportive of each other's plus R effect if they are at ortho and the para positions, right? So meta positions, you can see that in B molecule, that number of activated site where electrophile can attack is minimum. So reactivity is least. So this can be one of the argument to say that it is thermodynamically more stable. Hence answer will be B. Next, compare the basic strength of compounds given below. Now in this molecule, if we have to compare the basic strength of the amines, so clearly in the first one, there is a rapid flipping which happens, right? And therefore availability of electron is less. Therefore this will be the least basic. Now how do we compare 2 and 3? Now let us say if there was a lone pair on this nitrogen, which is, so then the second nitrogen is actually having a minus I effect. Got this? On the other hand, here we have plus I effect due to surrounding alkyl group. So the electron density is more over here as compared to this. Now this is very different from the case when the two nitrogens were in conjugation. That is a different thing. In that case we say that after attack of H plus it is stabilized by resonance, which is not going to happen over here. Therefore we have to take the inductive effect. For this it is minus I, which decreases the availability of electron, and therefore we can see that the most basic one would be second, followed by 3 and 1. Hence for this question answer would be C. Now this question says which of the following cyclic amine have the lowest delta G for inversion. Now we have seen earlier that when we talk about inversion of amine, we have to somehow break the pyramidal structure of nitrogen. And if substituent अगर उस पर बहुत ज़्यादा बल्कि होंगे तो वो pyramidal structure को ट्रांजिशन स्टेट विच इज sp2 प्लेनर स्टेट में पहुंचाना काफी आसान होगा. सो इसका मतलब ये है कि इट ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन व्हाट, इट ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन द बल्कि नेचर ऑफ द सब्स्टिट्यूएंट. So it should be more crowded, more sterically hindered, right? So we can see it is happening for tertiary butyl, and hence for this question answer is C. Next, which energy diagram best represent the given reactions? We can see that over here in presence of sunlight, the transform is converting into the cis form, right? So is this a single stage reaction? No, because in HNO first it will be a free radical generation, then bond rotation, and then again a bond formation which is going to happen, right? So which means what? It will be a two-stage reaction. So obviously A and C are ruled out. Got this, right? And we can see the activation energy barrier. For example, if we talk about the stages, in the first one, this is the first one, then it becomes a free radical stage, then you have the rotation of the bond, and then this. So out of B and E, if we have to choose, then we can see over here that option number D would be the best one. Why? So we need to understand why. Because double bond को तोड़ने में, pi bond को तोड़ने में almost like बहुत ज़्यादा energy का barrier है. तो ये तभी possible है कि जब हम इस pi bond को free radicals, दो free radicals में convert कर पाएं, then rotation हो follow. और ऐसा क्यों होता है कि इसमें जो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक रेडिएशंस पड़ती हैं तो वो इतनी एनर्जी जनरेट करती हैं कि जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है उसको वो हाईएस्ट ऑक्यूपाइड मॉलिक्यूलर ऑर्बिटल से लोएस्ट अनऑक्यूपाइड मॉलिक्यूलर ऑर्बिटल में पहुंचा देता है, और उतनी एनर्जी रिक्वायर्ड होती है. गॉट दिस? ठीक है. तो ये जो यूवी लाइट है ये इलेक्ट्रॉन को प्रोमोट करता है, राइट? ठीक है. और ताकि और उसके बाद जब ये वापस आते हैं देन अगेन द बॉन्ड इज फॉर्म्ड आफ्टर रोटेशन. सो एनर्जी लगभग सेम टाइप की है. गॉट दिस? तो ये बोल पाना कि पहला स्टेप बड़ा मुश्किल था और सेकंड स्टेप मुश्किल नहीं है, क्योंकि आप देख रहे हैं कि रिवर्सिबिलिटी भी है. रिवर्सिबिलिटी तभी पॉसिबल होगी जब दोनों तरफ का एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी का बैरियर भी लगभग सेम हो. गॉट दिस? चाहे फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन का एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी बैरियर और बैकवर्ड का भी, राइट? थोड़ा बहुत सेम होना चाहिए. देयर शुड नॉट बी मच डिफरेंस. सो अगर इन सारे फैक्टर्स को देखते हैं एक साथ तो वी कैन से दैट फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन ऑप्शन नंबर डी मेक सेंस. नेक्स्ट, द स्टेबिलिटी ऑर्डर ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कार्बोकेटाइन. तो ये जो हमारे चार कार्बोकेटाइन दिखे हैं इसमें हमको बताना है कि स्टेबिलिटी ऑर्डर क्या होगा. तो कार्बोकेटाइन की स्टेबिलिटी के ऑर्डर के लिए हम लोग उसमें एक्सटेंट ऑफ रेजोनेंस को चेक करते हैं, राइट? तो अगर हम बोल सकते हैं सबसे ज्यादा अगर रेजोनेटिंग स्ट्रक्चर कॉन्जुगेशन में कहां पे है तो वो 2 में है. कॉन्जुगेशन, क्योंकि पहले में कॉन्जुगेशन इज लॉस्ट, सेकंड में इट इज देयर, राइट? और सबसे कम किस में होगा? वो 4 में होगा, क्योंकि वो एंटी एरोमेटिक रिंग बनी है. गॉट दिस? ठीक है. फिर हमको देखना है कि आउट ऑफ 1 and 2, तो 1 में तो कॉन्जुगेशन लॉस्ट है कंप्लीटली, सो 3 इज बेटर. सो इसमें जो ऑर्डर होगा वो कौन सा होगा? सेकंड, उसके बाद जो होगा वो होगा थर्ड, उसके बाद होगा 1, और बिकॉज ये एंटी एरोमेटिक है वो है 4. तो अगर आंसर को मैच कराएं तो वी कैन सी दैट ऑप्शन नंबर सी इज द वन विच इज द आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन.